I don't know if you can see behind me, but we're getting ready to cross into Texas. Yeehaw! Evidently, the panhandle of Texas and that area also of Oklahoma sees a lot of wind. Thus, all the wind turbines that we pass on the side of the road. I mean, wind farms that stretch out for miles and miles and miles. Jenny, our toy poodle, the star of our channel, she was more amazed at these wind turbines than I think anything we've ever seen her look at. She would just stare at these as we drove by, amazed by those turning magical things that she saw out of her window. All right, we just got into Amarillo, Texas, I guess maybe about an hour ago, and unloaded, and we are in a great Airbnb. Can't wait to show that to you, and I'll show it to you just a little bit later in the video. But a huge thank you to our sponsors, Thong, Tyler, and Trish, who own this Airbnb, and they're hosting us on this and sponsoring this episode on Amarillo. Well, since we just got in, we're a little bit hungry. Now we're going to go for one of those big steaks and all that kind of stuff tomorrow night. But tonight, we decided to go get some Tex-Mex food. We went to Joe Taco, several locations around. There's one very close here to the Airbnb. Met a great guy there by the name of Justin. And hey, thanks Justin for showing me the right things to get. Let's take a look at what we got here. First of all, oh man, got some cool looking tortilla chips here. I don't know if you can see those or not. Got some salsa here to go with it. And what else have we got? Oh my goodness. Some utensils, of course. And there are honey packets in here. We'll find out what that's for in just a minute.
Sopapilla.
Sopapillas, of course. You had to give it away, didn't you? I'm betting this is the sopapillas right there. Oh. Don't they look good? They've got a bunch of different kinds, caramel chocolate. I know the honey ones, but Justin told me the honey ones were his favorites, so that's what they're going with. And let's see. These are some big, some enchiladas here. Some big enchiladas there with guacamole and refried beans and rice there. And that's mine. I'm eating that. What did Renee get? What did you get, Renee?
Flautas.
Flautas. Doesn't it look good? So that's what's for dinner. And we're going to enjoy that. Going to show you around Amarillo a little bit. We'll come back here and take a look at the Airbnb and look at some more of Amarillo. Thanks for joining us here at Gene and Renee Travel Adventures. As I looked around the block from where we were staying, the Airbnb, almost across the street, within the 1 block area, is the Harrington house. Back in the early 1900s, Pat and John Langergen, they were Kansas cattle people, and they came to the panhandle of Texas. They evidently were very successful, and so they bought 4 lots in Amarillo, and they were going to build a house. And so they hired an architectural firm from Missouri to design the house. In 1913 it was underway, in 1914 it was complete, but unfortunately by 1929 all of the family members, the immediate family anyway, they were deceased. And so the house passed through some other owners. Not a whole lot is known about it until 1940 when it was purchased by Don and Sybil Harrington. The Harringtons had made their fortune in the oil and gas industry. They redecorated it, refurbished it, made it into their own. And what a house it is. Mr. Harrington died in 1974, and Mrs. Harrington died in 1998. But by then, she had given the home, the grounds, all the furniture, all the decorations, everything to the Don and Sybil Harrington Foundation. While we were in Amarillo, we stayed at a wonderful Airbnb. It's called the Downtown Cozy Studio with Texas-sized parking, and they're not kidding. There is plenty of parking next door should you need it. It's hosted by Thong, Trish, and Tyler, and they are super hosts, which means you can trust them. They are experienced, they're high-rated hosts, and they're committed to providing great stays for their guests. This Airbnb is fully furnished. It's a one-bedroom, one-bath studio. It's got a miniature kitchen, has all the amenities. I mean, all the amenities. You can enjoy the nice sitting area with the patio furniture outside. It's an updated studio. It's newly decorated, has modern decor, and it has easy access to I-27 and I-40 for shopping and entertainment. It's located about 30 minutes to Palo Duro Canyon State Park. Spacious front parking, as I said. You won't go wrong staying here at the Downtown Cozy Studio with Texas-sized parking. Thanks, guys, so much for sponsoring this episode of Gene and Renee Travel Adventures. We'll put a link to their Airbnb in the comment and description section, so when you're in Amarillo, you've got a place to stay. While we were in Amarillo, we looked on TripAdvisor for some things to do, and one of the things that was suggested was the Texas Air and Space Museum. It's out at Rick Husman Amarillo International Airport. Rick Husman was a local guy that commanded the Columbia Space Shuttle, and this is a really, really neat museum. In fact, it's free. But they do take donations, and trust me, you will want to give a donation when you leave. They are knowledgeable, they are friendly, they give you a tour through the building and outside of the building. You're able to climb up into the airplanes, you're able to touch things. It is really, really cool, and they have a gift shop. The folks there were so kind, so friendly, and we highly recommend it when you're anywhere near Amarillo that you go out to the Texas Air and Space Museum. It's open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Saturday. And as they like to say, aviators of the past are remembered, aviators of the future are inspired.
Show me what it's like to be circling among the clouds. Because without you by my side, I would be stuck here on the ground. You're lighting up the way, I can see the road ahead of me. I won't be stumbling in the dark. Your eyes are shining like the stars. I was down until you saved me, until you set me free. My eyes were closed, now I see clear as day, and I just wanted to say that you can take me high. Feels like I can fly. You can take me high. I can see the sun staring at you when you make that smile. I'm moving closer to you now. I can't get close enough somehow. And I was down until you saved me, until you set me free. My eyes were closed, now I see clear as day, and I just wanted to say that you can take me high. Feels like I can fly. I don't need anybody, I don't need anybody else. No one will ever take me, no one will ever take me away from you. I promise I will hold on to you. I don't know what I'd do without you. Without you. You can take me high. Feels like I can fly. You can take me high. Feels like I can fly. You can take me high.
After working up an appetite at the Texas Air and Space Museum, we saw these signs for the world-famous Big Texan Steak Ranch. Well, you have my attention when you're talking steak, but when you say it's world-famous, and you've got a big cow, and you've got a big dude out there advertising for it, well, we had to stop. Now, this is one of those places where if you eat a 72-ounce steak, and you eat the big baked potato and the big tossed salad and the big shrimp cocktail appetizer and the dessert, then you get it free if you can do all that in 1 hour. And they have a table set up for those poor souls that decide they want to take that challenge, and the table is set where you're on display for everybody. Well, you know, I might have tried something like that 40 years ago, maybe even 25 years ago, but I just want a good meal now, and I don't care about winning a contest. I'll pay for my steak, thank you very much. And so we did. We had a great steak, a great time at this really cool restaurant. It is an attraction all unto itself. In fact, it's a Route 66 recognized attraction. Like the president or any king or emperor, you got to have a taste tester to make sure that everything's okay. And I gotta make sure it's not too hot for baby. This is my taste tester. Is it okay? I think it's okay. Just checked out of the downtown cozy studio with the Texas-sized parking lot, and they're not kidding about that. You could park 50 RVs next door to you if you wanted to. But hey, Thon, Trish, Tyler, thank you for sponsoring this episode of Gene and Renee Travel Adventures. We had a great time in Amarillo, and we suggest this place to you when you're traveling through the area. It's a great location for a couple or for an individual.